Our next person I want to talk to is named Tim. Tim's calling in from Washington here. Tim, you're live on Truth Wanted. What's up?
Hey, Dan, it's been a while since I called you guys. How you doing?
It has been a while. What's going on? Long time returning caller, Tim. Tim, you've been calling this show for quite a while now. I guess over a year now. More than that. You're one of my long-time callers, Tim. What's going on?
Not a whole lot. I'm just living up in the Seattle area and enjoying being back in my old stomping grounds and going up to the gay ghetto in Seattle and enjoying all that. Yeah, just found a job.
How are the fires,
so
Tim?
I'm gonna.
You guys getting smoked out down there too? I'm in BC.
Actually, not getting smoked out right now, but we were in. I was in Spokane area with my brothers and sister last weekend, and it was a little hazy. It wasn't really smoked out, but it was hazy.
Cool. What do you want to talk about today?
First of all, really wanted to thank the first caller. I mean, Mark was awesome. He was awesome to listen to, and being one who came out of conversion therapy and all of that, I related to his story and actually wished that my story was much more like his, where it's like, no, you're not going to get me into conversion therapy. But second of all, Nate, you talked about glossolalia. And as a former fundamentalist Pentecostal, of course, I was a tongue-speaking, slain in the spirit kind of guy.
Sure.
Years after my deconversion, I was a part of a theater group, and we actually used gibberish as a acting exercise. Where
sure, yeah.
we were not supposed to say it. Yeah, we were not supposed to say any words. We were just to convey feelings to our partner using nothing but gibberish. And I realized, oh my God, that's exactly what I did every single Sunday, every single Wednesday, even in my prayer closet. You know about the prayer closet. It's exactly what I did. I just spoke gibberish for nothing. I didn't know what I was. Maybe I might have been conveying a feeling, but certainly I wasn't doing anything more than the mass hysteria and the ASMR of the church service. But
sure,
when you do it as an exercise in theater, it is. It brings it right down to what the real fact is that it's all about conveying your feelings. It's all about conveying your emotions. One partner and I that I had, we were laughing as hard as, I don't know if you remember seeing Kenneth Copeland and another preacher doing a tongues back and forth. There's a video of them and they're all laughing. And you do the same thing. We did the very same thing. We were having a hoot, just enjoying this. It's nothing but an exercise in theater.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it just goes to show that we can communicate so much with our volume, with our rhythm, with our meter, with our body language. Like I can go, and you know what I'm saying is angry, right? But by the same token, people have actually analyzed the things that people say when they're speaking in tongues. And it is not any language. Like language has certain patterns that repeat. You know, the vowels, E is the most common. There are certain diphthongs and sounds that repeat. There are certain parts of our phonetic, you know, the way that we speak that repeat in certain intervals. And none of that is found when you're speaking in tongues. But we can absolutely communicate, just like with that exercise you were saying, Tim. Sorry, Dan, go ahead.
Well, for some reason, this conversation is reminding me there is a video of this black gospel choir singing in Japan, and they're singing the theme song to the anime Neon Genesis Evangelion, and it's a really, really cool video, but they're all singing in Japanese, and I was just thinking, like, like, that's a really cool thing that I think is awesome and makes me feel something, and I have no idea what they're saying. They're literally speaking a language that I can't understand, but there is like something powerful to that, because I guess human beings just like the sound of other human beings, like I don't know, doing something in a performance there. But yeah, I get that, like there is something, especially when people are doing it together too, in just a group state. There's almost like a trance going on. I have never really participated in glossolalia, but I've seen other people do it, and seeing that, it's, I don't know, it's almost like there's a difference in the air or something. I know really that's just the mind kind of coming up with that, but I can see how that can be convincing for people who don't understand, like, oh, like there's actually,
it really is.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tim.
It really is all about the passion. When you've got the passion behind it, I mean, one of my all-time favorite songs, and I even sing it sometimes just for my friends, is the Swahili version of All Creatures of Our God and King, done by First Call. I don't know if either one of you are old enough to remember that.
Give me a couple lines, Tim.
That was back in the 80s.
Give me a couple lines.
We'll get copyright strike from Tim's great voice.
Sorry.
He's going to be too accurate.
Yeah, you probably don't want me to do that. But basically, First Call did actually, I am a singer, but you probably don't want a copyright strike because of it. So no. I won't do it. But it's in Swahili, and I have sang it for friends, even those who speak Swahili, and they love it. But I will tell you, the first time I ever heard this song, and the first few words of it came out, I did not understand it, but the passion behind it is what got me. It's the passion behind our words. It's the passion behind the utterings. I mean, if you talk to someone from Germany, you will find the passion in what they're saying. You may not quite understand what they're saying, but you understand they're either happy or they're angry or they're sad, and that type of thing. So it's all about really showing the passion, right?
Yeah.
And that's what glossolalia is.
That's exactly what I said. Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree.
Yeah, Tim, this is the reason why there's the stereotype of like the 80s televangelist, and like that's an impression that people can do, because there's something like that's allegedly powerful about the way these people talk, because they sound like they're saying something really, really important, especially when it's like when they're giving this call to action for you to do something too, when they're telling you to give your life to the Lord and make sure you're making a donation to the church and stuff, right? Like there is something to that, and there's a reason why they're as popular as they are, and it's in that performance there. And when you figure out, oh, you can do that for a lot of things, not just like religious stuff, it kind of falls apart. But
and Nate,
yes, sir.
And Nate, have you ever heard the parody of "Untie My Bow Tie, Who Stole My Honda"? Anytime someone talks about speaking in tongues.
Say that again.
My Honda, that type of thing.
Who stole my Honda?
My bow tie, who stole my Honda? If you say it fast enough, it sounds like just about every old lady in every fundamentalist Pentecostal church you've ever been to.
You just blew my mind, Tim.
I have to look that up. Is that on like Urban Dictionary? Can I like find that phrase? It should be. You should write the article for it, Tim.
Actually, Carmen, the Christian singer Carmen, does a song where that line is actually in. Untie my bow tie, who stole my Honda stuff.
Really?
Line
shut the front door.
The says, yeah.
Wow.
Look up Carmen. And he's a fabulous, he was one of my favorite singers in the 80s. And Yeah, he did some great comedic and stirring songs back in the 80s.
That's funny. I
For
didn't think
those
we'd
of
talk
us
about.
who were Christians and thought that.
Yeah.
What's that?
No, I never thought we'd be talking about carbon on this show. That's so funny. But yeah, that's really interesting. But hey, Tim, we want to get to one more caller here before we wrap up tonight's show. So we're gonna let you go. But thanks again for calling in, Tim, and being a wonderful return caller for Truth Wanted. Tim is really, really cool. You should definitely check out older episodes with Tim in them if you haven't already.